they want us to find the vertical asymptotes, horizontal asymptotes, and slant asymptotes for this. Well, we know that there's going to be a slant asymptote. Well, first of all, let's deal with the vertical asymptotes, the VASIs, as some people say. That's where the denominator equals 0. Well, there are none because it would be 2 plus or minus 2i, which are not real numbers. So there is no vertical asymptote. So what's the horizontal, or what's the slant asymptote? Remember, the slant asymptote is because the degree of the top is exactly 1 more than the degree of the bottom. So what we do to find the asymptote is we do long division, and whatever the quotient is going to be your slant asymptote. So the trick to this problem is you have to move this -8, you have to move it way over here. So it's going to be plus 0x squared plus 0x. Otherwise you're going to possibly make a mistake. So how many times does x squared go into x cubed? X times. And you multiply it by here and put that here. Actually, it was going to go all the way over here because there's no linear term here either. So when I multiply that, I'm going to get x cubed plus 4x way over here. I have to subtract them both. Those are gone. This becomes a negative 4x. Bring the 8 down, -8. How many times does x squared go into x? It doesn't. So for this particular problem, you're done, because your answer would be -4x minus 8 all over x squared minus 4. And so your slant asymptote is just going to be y equals x. Let's take a look at another example where it's a little bit trickier. How about f of x equals x squared minus 9 all over x plus 1. Again, let's do the vertical asymptote first. The vertical asymptote in this case is going to be x equals -1, because if you plug -1 in to the denominator, you'll get 0, which means it doesn't exist. So there has to be a vertical line at -1 on your graph, because this f of x is never going to cross that, because it's not defined at -1. Okay? So now let's find the SLASI. Plug in x squared minus 9. Again, leave a little space, plus 0x minus 9, because definitely for this one, when I multiply through by x, I'm going to get x squared plus x, and I'm going to have to subtract those. That's going to go away, but this is going to be minus x, because remember I have to distribute that negative in, and then minus 9. How many times does x go into negative x? -1 times. And then you get -x plus 1 or -x minus 1, and subtracting them you get -10 as your answer. So -10 over x plus 1, that doesn't really matter. This is what matters. Your SLASI, slant asymptote, yes, sorry. Your SLASI is going to be y equals x minus 1. So there's your slant asymptote, your vertical asymptote. Incidentally, on the graph, this is what that's going to look like. Your vertical asymptote is going to be at -1. So there's your vertical asymptote. It means the graph will never cross that. And your horizontal, or your slant asymptote, is going to be at -1 is your y-intercept, and the slope is 1. So it's going to go up 1 over 1 like that. Whoops, I should have made that dotted. That's your slant asymptote. So your graph is going to be somewhere restricted to this shape. It might be like here and there, or it might possibly be inside here. That's where you plug in points to find out exactly where your graph goes. And you'll be doing that in the next section.